from the soul with it. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Dialerix TV back with another video, and in today's video I had to read y'all this article, bruh. I had to read y'all this article, bruh, that was written by LA Times Bill Plaschke, where he absolutely destroyed Russell Westbrook and the Lakers. I mean, the amount of shade that was in this article, bruh. I mean, it's so much shade in this article, bro. You can literally block the sun, okay? You can literally block the sun with all this shade, okay? No pun intended, okay? So this is what Bill Plaschke had to say. He goes on to say that the headline reads, column, will Russell Westbrook's attitude be conducive to a championship or collapse? No idea, says Bill Plaschke. But he goes on to say, he smiled, he scowled, he was sweet, he was cute. I guess that's a way of saying he was cute or whatnot. Pause. Russell Westbrook treated his first Lakers news conference Tuesday at Staples Center like he has treated virtually every NBA game since he joined the league 13 tumultuous years ago. He was all over the place dishing out disparate answers while dribbling through varying narratives. He was difficult to corner and impossible to read. Is he going to be a savior or destroyer? Couldn't tell. Will his attitude be conducive to a championship or collapse? No idea. Was it really smart for Rob Pelinka to bring such a strong, ball-dominant, shoot-from-the-hip personality to a team that really only needed health? Ooh, wow, savage. In one breath, while dressed in a Hollywood pinstripe short pants suit and white high top, Westbrook lapsed into the sentimentality of returning home to play for his childhood heroes. He assembled his family in the front row of the Chick Hearns press room, grinned down at them during the questioning, and then warmly posed for the pictures with them afterward. He basically pointed out how Russell Westbrook was contradicting himself. One minute he said that he's open to letting LeBron James control the ball. Then the next minute he said he will never really change his overbearing style. While it made him the greatest triple-double machine ever, has also resulted in him playing for 4 teams in 4 years. He says that incidentally, congrats to the underrated lame duck. Call this man a lame duck. Straight lame. He said congrats to the underrated lame duck Vogel for scoring a contract extension last week. Enjoy the new job security with this aging madhouse. You'll need it. The reshaped roster is a truly bizarre bunch of guys chasing rings or reputations. Good thing they have both a Monk, Malik, and a nun, Kendrick, because it's going to take a deity to sort this all out. He says nobody in this crazy mix works if this bristly Westbrook doesn't work. Nothing fits if he doesn't fit. The big 2 must become a big 3, or the Lakers will dissolve it to a big 0. So if you guys would like to read this full article, the link is in the description box. So the endless jokes about the Lakers' old age is quite hilarious to me. So basically, he said that the Lakers would be like the Avengers, but instead of the Avengers with players in their prime, you got a bunch of old players. You got the Avengers starting Morgan Freeman, Bill Cosby, and Danny Glover. And some other old farts too. But like I said, there were old players on teams who have won NBA titles, such as the San Antonio Spurs in 2014. We could go back to the Dallas Maverick days in 2011 when they defeated LeBron James, who is so-called the greatest player ever. The San Antonio Spurs in 2014, where Tim Duncan was 37 years of age, Tony Parker was like 32, and I think Manu Ginobili was 35 years of it. However, neither Greg Popovich nor Phil Jackson are standing on those sidelines coaching this team. LeBron James, Westbrook, nor AD are playing in the Greg Popovich system, where the team is predicated on playing team basketball. LeBron James' style of play is blacktop 5-on-5 basketball, and Russell Westbrook is a mini version of LeBron James. But the flip side of that is that style has won multiple championships for LeBron James, and of course with the help of his buddy old pal Adam Silver. But it's been successful for him, except for when he's gone up against coaches like Steve Kerr, whose coaching style resembles and is a mixture of both Greg Popovich and Phil Jackson, being as though he played up under those guys, and you know, it's like mixed up in one, which is team basketball. So I agree, in order for the Lakers to win, they have to have a big 3 or they'll lose for sure. But I think that it's going to be a big 3 during the regular season, but when it comes to the postseason, they're going to turn it to the big 1, which is where LeBron James is going to step ahead, and as LeBron James step ahead, Russell Westbrook is not going to show up in the 4th quarter. I can see it already. I'm like a Nostradamus. You know, I feel like Raven Simone when she was having those premonitions, okay? And I think that what's going to end up happening is once they get the playoff time, that's when you're going to see Russell Westbrook show up in these fourth quarters doing the normal Russell Westbrook and bricking. Now, he's not saying anything no different than I've been saying all these years about Russell Westbrook. I honestly think that the fans love the feeling of something new. It's like when you get a new job and you be like, I like my new job. Like, I like it. You come home bragging about your new job. Then 3 months later, you complaining and already looking for a new job. I think Russell Westbrook will just revert back to his old style in the playoffs, and can't nobody control Westbrook. Not LeBron, not the coaches, not the owners, not the fans. Nobody. You know, and another thing that Bill pointed out that I would like to highlight, which is Russell Westbrook weird clothing. Russell Westbrook poor taste in clothes. We basically traded the second worst dresser of all time in Kyle Kuzma for the worst dresser of all time in Russell Westbrook. I mean, his clothes are just outright trash. And that was my gripe about Kyle Kuzma. He was overly obsessed with the Hollywood lifestyle and the bright lights. Westbrook is the exact same. He absolutely loves the attention, but Russell Westbrook is worse. And he's a head case on top of that, you know, which is a bad combination. Westbrook already threw a basketball at a referee head, at the back of a referee head. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually walks up to a fan and just randomly headbutt him for no reason. It will look great in the regular season, but in the playoffs, nah. They don't have a lethal shooter who puts fears in teams. Wayne Ellington is a great shooter. He's not a lethal shooter. He's not a knockdown shooter. The ultimate problem with the Lakers team is they don't have a closer in the fourth quarter. Who's going to close for this team? Who's going to be the player who's going to ultimately put the team on their back and lead this team to a victory? But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all get in that comment box, like, share, subscribe. I'm out.